Ghana's insurance industry has had its fair share of the COVID impact. Well, the sector was not only constrained to meet the seeming demand for claims, but also was challenged to innovate to meet recent insurance demands. An important one has been the consumption of tailor-made health insurance packages across the country. What does this hold for insurance firms? We're joined via Zoom by the newly appointed CEO of Apex Health Insurance, Godwin Sechofia Tukpe. Apparently, of course, he's also awaiting the approval of the NIC, but currently we can say for sure that he's been approved by the board. Congratulations on your appointment. First of all, I'm curious to know your priorities in the short to medium term as you await approval from the NIC. If you could kindly unmute your microphone so we could hear you better.
Yes, thank you and good evening to our listeners, and thank Multimedia for all the good work that they've been doing all over the years, especially with the Joy Health and Wellness Trade Program that has been organized for some time now. But for me, my short-term priority is to look at where our service levels are as Apex Health Insurance, one of the best health insurance companies in the country, to try and improve on those services. And then obviously the long-term priorities will be to continue the growth of the organization. And I might say that the announcement will be out shortly. Apex Health has become a member of Liberty Health, which is an international health insurance company in over 26 countries across the world. And then I'm looking forward to strengthening and growing that partnership as we progress through the life of the company.
Great. Let's see how that goes. But you are coming on board at a time when COVID-19 cases are plateauing thanks to the vaccine that we're currently deploying across the country. So what's going to change about insurance from your perspective as the next CEO of Apex?
Okay, so for insurance across the world and across the country, it's obvious that those who are insured always get the best of healthcare outcomes because they have the luxury of second opinion and they have alternatives in terms of where they want to visit. But I think 10 years ago, when companies were trying to use digital platforms to work and then have shift systems that ensure that people work from home. I think it was strange to a lot of companies. And for those companies, COVID has shown that they were indeed prepared. So I expect and I would lead this team by innovation. But I also want to bring to bear some of the issues that the health insurance, especially the private health insurance companies, have to deal with. So we need to, and that's what we are doing as Apex Health, to adjust our product to suit the new challenges of the world in respect of healthcare financing. So there's demand for telemedicine, there's demand for mobile medicine delivery services, there's demand for mobile laboratory services, on-site clinic for corporate organizations, so you don't have to go far. And so these are things that health insurance should look at. And one of the basic principles of the health insurance is to not cover for pandemics. But COVID has taught us a lesson, and it's a risk. So even if we do not want to take up that full risk, then we have to look at ways of providing some subsidy as part of our package for it. And I think this is something we have to liaise with government to try and find solutions to.
Interesting.
So that would be the focus of Apex Health. Yeah.
Interesting. But you know, Apex Health Insurance, best noted for your niche insurance packages, despite the springing up of new insurance firms. And of course, Ghana's insurance penetration rate still holds at less than 2%. How do you aim to change this narrative? We've been engaging with so many players in the industry. They keep giving their varied views on how this could change. But just to draw on your expertise and perspective on how best you would want to change this narrative of the 2% penetration rate.
Okay, yeah. So for me, This percentage appears to be quite low, obviously, because there are a lot of Ghanaians to be insured in respect of their health. But I think the majority has got to do with people who fall in the category of the informal sector, like traders, the normal Ghanaians, the average Ghanaians. And so, yeah, I think the private health insurance companies need to find a solution around this if they can't fully support these informal policies because it's too much risk. And I understand most companies are looking at places of comfort like people within the informal sector who are employed and are taking salaries through the Controller General's department so they can have monthly deductions where they can be assured of that.
Exactly.
But for me, I think the informal sector is something we should look at. And there's the NHIS. And I feel that there should be policies that should ensure that the private health insurance companies complement what the government is doing so far as healthcare financing is concerned. So it's an area we want to look at, but the problem of that has got to do with anti-selection. And you know, in Ghana, people say that if someone is looking for health insurance for themselves as an individual, then obviously they have a known condition for which they want to use the health insurance for.
Exactly.
But I think we can have underwriting policies that will look at this and ensure that people who genuinely need to be insured are insured, and then products are also affordable. So for us, we'll look at, in the next 2 to 5 years, growing the informal sector clients and dealing with individuals and families. So that is an area we are going to look at, despite the challenges and the fear of the unknown. All
right, Godwin, we're grateful that you joined us, and congratulations upon your approval of the board. We shall await that of NIC. And I think it was your birthday recently as well. We wish you a belated birthday on that. Godwin has just been approved by the board of Apex Health Insurance as the next CEO. We wait to see how that goes.